only this many inks left. It is day 24 of the September 2023 30 days, 30 inks. My name is Simone and I am going to film a video just like the other 23 days before today. And I don't even need my big basket anymore because with this little inks, there's no reason to. Red beans and rice. Oh, we are in a red phase right now. This is the ink. I got this from my friend Doug from Paper Doug here on YouTube. And she sent this to me. Why? Oh, because I'm really into these. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I really like these reds. There is another color that I really like, these dark caramel honey colors, ochre, and then olive greens. And so she sent me 3 Papier Plume inks last year in November or so, and I haven't used it yet, and that's why I'm using it now. I'm on day 24, and I have to be really honest here, kind of burnt out. It's my own fault. I am doing 30 inks 30 days in more like 30 inks 15 days or so. And I've been saying that I want to do this whole thing with fountain pens instead of inks on the paper slips. Please, someone, can you let me know what this is called? Like, there's a name for this. It's not ticket, lose. What is it? Voucher? That's also not the right word. I don't know. But right now, on day 24 of, or on when I'm filming day 24, I feel like that I am not capable of doing another one of these. Really, really stressful. I can't think about anything else. It's not really the filming that's the problem. The problem is more, why am I cleaning the brush? The problem is more the fact that I'm just so obsessive and hyper focusing on this thing, and I can't do anything else, basically. Basically, that's what it boils down to. And I'm not sure that I'm able to commit another month so soon after. And yes, you might think, well, September and February is 6 months in between. Is it? October, November, December, January, February, September, October, November, December, January, February. Huh? Is it? The middle of the year. 1 over. Okay, yeah, it's 5 months in between. But I'm thinking here, so if I want to do this in February, then I need to start filming in January. I will be done with this depending on how by next week, end of next week, the next weekend maybe. And then I still have 1.5 weeks of September left, I think. And then October, November, December. December, I will be doing Diamine Ink Vent, but I'm not going to film videos. I'm going to do that on Instagram Reels. I do want to film quite some like end of year videos. I would love to finally get that pen review series off the ground, which I haven't, but now I'm settled and I'm confident and I'm brave. I can talk to people. Yeah, that makes this seem like so close to each other. And yeah, we'll see how I feel. And it's going to be competition season soon. I don't know how that exactly affects my life. I mean, I'm not able to go to many competitions anymore because now I'm working, which is sad, but also good because then I don't have to go away. And my whole rhythm is disrupted, which is, I think that's normal for everyone, but for me, I feel like I need, not just because of YouTube, because I can just not have a YouTube video up. I always say I'm not that committed. I am that committed, but I'm telling myself I'm not that committed, and I don't have to be that committed, so it's good. If I don't have a video, then I don't have a video. So what pen am I going to put this in actually? Do we know that? Do you know something that I don't? Well, the question is this a wet ink? Is this a dry ink? It felt wet, but I mean, what can you tell with a brush, actually? What if I use this one? I like how this works with each other, even though I tell you all the time that I'm not matching things. Maybe today I am. What was I talking about before that? See, my brain is, so it takes me so much energy. It takes so much energy when I go somewhere, even if it's just for a full day, to get back into my normal rhythm. I can't really do anything 2 to 3 days before that. I can't really do anything. And 2 to 3 days after I get home, I can't do anything either, because I have to get back into the rhythm. Oh, did I tell you that I can't really ink up any the other Sailor pen because I don't have a converter or a cartridge for it. So I will not be able to include it in this 30 inks 30 days. So I might just use it in October. As if I needed to ink up any pens for October. I have 30 pens. No, I don't. I actually have uninked quite some pens. This is all. Well, that's enough, you know, but it's not 24. It is, well, 10 pens. This one goes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16, 17 pens are inked. Out of 24, that's a lot. So I guess I'm not inking any pens in. I really haven't thought about what I'm going to do in October with my pens, because I haven't really used any of the pens that I have inked yet. I mean, that's a test too. How long does it take for the pen to dry up? So yeah, it takes me quite a while to get settled back into my routines. It's like when you, so for instance, when I look at my husband, he is someone who does things the right way all the time. Like, he doesn't need to think about putting his key back into the key where the keys go, or his shoes where the shoes go, or his backpack where his backpack goes. That's just the thing he does when he gets home. When I do that, I have to remember to put my keys. And if I don't remember, they're just somewhere. When it's really bad, I just leave my shoes somewhere. Most of the time, I leave my shoes close to the shoe rack, in front of the shoe rack, near the shoe rack. But it's like it's another step to, I take them off, and then I have to consciously remember to put the shoe in the shoe rack, the shoes in the shoe rack. I drop my jackets, sweaters everywhere, never on the sweater place. So everything my routines that aren't routines that I really have to think about very, very hard in order to get them right. It's like when I don't do them for 2 days, I have to relearn them all over again. And that's so fucking hard. And my husband doesn't understand. He's like, why is this here? Well, because I put it there. Why did you put it there? I don't know. I just dropped it right here. Because I came home and this was the first surface that was available. This is the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Autumn. And I think this is a drier ink. But if you have used this ink and it is not, please correct me. This is a medium fine nib and it was tuned by Penrealm. So I'm really glad if I don't have to go everywhere all the time, especially not stay overnight, because then I don't have to relearn all the things. That's why I really don't like weekends. I don't like vacations. I don't like free days that are not the same as the others, because it's a struggle. So I didn't want to, that wasn't where I was going. Where was I going actually even with that at all? I don't remember. So I will transcribe. This ink feels dry in this pen. Maybe this pen is dry. I did get it tuned by Kirk and it seemed to be really wet, so I assume that this ink is just not on the wetter side. Maybe this pen just needs a wet ink to perform to my liking. We will see when I'm back with the transcription. I hope to see you later. Alrighty then, so you know what I just noticed like 5 seconds ago? It's interesting that my writing is always on the same side. It's never like this, but that's logical that when I started this way, that it ended up being the same way. I did not anticipate or plan that this would happen, but I'm really, really glad it did. So you can see I wasn't very concentrating when I transcribed. I made several mistakes. That wasn't just because I did not necessarily enjoy this combination, but part of it. I'm gonna read. This was a weird experience. The ink, funnily enough, dried to the color that I remember raspberry rose to look like when wet. So if you don't remember what that looked like, this color is really light. It's basically this color when it's wet, and then it dries to this more pinkish hue. And when I was writing, I was like, this is interesting. It feels like a dry version of that, but it just doesn't dry the same way. I noticed the gray tint in the big swatch. It's right here. It looks very dull and muted, and the ink felt dull. Surprisingly enough, writing was smoother on the 68 GSM paper than this 52 GSM Tomoe River paper, and the nib is smoother at a higher writing angle than lower. Overall, this wasn't a writing experience for me. I'm not particularly fond of the ink color, not too happy with the flow. Well, there is an O missing. And the grip is really narrow. And I'm also not sure if this nib size in general is the right size for me. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with this pen when I decide to let it go. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say about day 24. I am going to see you tomorrow. Until then, bye.